Hey everyone, welcome back. Got some footage from the Santa Cruz Criterium. This race was the day after the Cat's Hill Classic, so almost everybody had raced both days, so got a little sting in the legs from that brutal hill the day before. And look at this, we get another hill on day 2. This one's not nearly as steep as the day before, but it's a bit longer. Overall though, I would say it was an easier course to sit in on than Cat's Hill. There's really only 2 corners of note. They're both one's definitely a U-turn and the other is pretty close. You can see them down there on the map in the bottom right. We just went through the first one, and then once we crest the top of the hill, we'll see the other one. The start finish is right there, more or less at the top of the hill. The steepest part of the hill is right out of the corner, and then it does flatten up a little bit before the finish. But definitely an uphill finish. And then this part of the top, it's pretty much flat, and then it starts to go downhill. So if you pedaled over the top, you could carry a lot of speed. I was loving the inside line on this corner. People were leaving it open most laps, and that was probably the most dramatic example, but I was happy to go as far as I could carry my speed up the inside and take it. And then you get this ripping downhill, which had a tailwind. So we went pretty fast through there. And then gentle left-hand sweeper into 2 90-degree corners, but they were pretty wide open, lots of space on them. And first one right here, and then pretty smooth and flowy into the second one here. The section with the turns between the 2 U-turns was a lot of fun. Fast, flowy corners on this downhill section, and plenty of time to recover too, which was nice. And then coming into this last U-turn, you did not want to touch your brakes on this one, otherwise that hill was going to be a lot harder. So jumping ahead, most of this race I was just sitting in. The plan was that I wanted to partake in the sprint at the end, so I wasn't going to do any work, but I found myself pretty close to the front and see this move going, and I wasn't gonna just sit up and give up the position I had, especially since my teammate right there, Andrea, knew he'd been doing a lot of work, and so I thought I would cover this one just because I was in a good position. Don't actually go in the wind here, but definitely working hard up the hill. And yeah, you can see the group just in front of us. The gap's almost back. I decided to just go around these guys and finish bringing that back, since we're not going very fast here. And then also, this was, I think, the first time that I got to take this corner at the front, so got to actually hit it, which was kind of fun. And then we're basically back onto this group on the downhill. And once we get back on them, you can see there's going to be a little bit of a reshuffling again. They're still attacking. There's a lot of strong solo dudes who just saw on the camera, who seemed like they wanted to ride a breakaway, but Mike's Bikes, the team in the purple, they had the biggest team presence at this race with 8 guys, and they did not want to break away, which makes sense for them. They definitely have the best field sprinter right now with Ryan. He's been winning everything. He won this race last year, and then so they're confident in a field sprint, so they weren't really committing to breaks, but like you see up here, they have guys in all the moves, but they're just sitting on the moves. They weren't helping them get away. And when you have guys sitting on moves, that's basically going to shut the moves down. The other guys in the breakaway aren't going to want to commit energy if they know that they're dragging somebody to the line fresh. And so skipping ahead to the closing laps, that's what we've come down to. It's looking like a field sprint. Nothing is away anymore. My teammate Cam took a solo flyer. I think that was one of the last moves that was out there, but it's been brought back. You see the field going all the way across the road here, and I'm too far back, and this is one to go, so there's really nothing I can do. I was up near the front in the first 10 wheels with 4 laps to go, and I just got way too complacent. Was not really fighting for the wheels I was on. I think I was felt confident in my ability to get back places, and I just gave up too many places. Like, you can't get this many places back in one lap. So that was a dumb move on my part, and kind of a disappointing end to the race. I was feeling pretty confident after Cats Hill the day before. I had a pretty good result there, I thought. All circumstances considered, I felt really smooth through corners, and I just didn't quite feel that same way today. You could see in some of the corners I was having to close gaps out of them, which is not how I usually corner. Felt fine getting up this hill, but yeah, I think that maybe the race the day before had taken a little bit more out of me than I thought, since it was, a pretty hard crit. And this race was also pretty hard, but yeah, this is the last lap. Sprinted because why not? The sprint was nothing special either, so I don't know that it would have mattered if I was even in a good position. Just didn't quite have it on this day, but you can't have it going every time. Anyways, this is a super fun race. This one, especially combined with Cats Hill the day before, what a fun weekend of racing. I wish all of our weekends could have two such fun courses back to back. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to tune in for the next one.